Okay, so turn me on. This is the new film from Michael Tyburski, written by Angela Bourassa. The film is produced by Sean Bradley, Toby Nalbandian, and Zahara Nalbandian, as well as Gregory Schmidt. It's executive produced by Fabian Westerhoff, Richard J. Bosner, and Angela Bourassa. It's associate produced by Taylor Haynes and Camille Massou. Right? And co-produced by Eric Hollenbeck. Nate Heller took care of the music. Matt Mitchell was on cinematography. It's edited by Matthew C. Hart. Rory Bergman was down with the casting. Production design is Annie Simone. Frank Coppola was set decoration. Kerry Hennessy is costume design. Hair and makeup, we have Jennifer Tremont, Josie Rodriguez, Olivia M. Gomez, Elizabeth Fox, and Ray Cintron. Okay, so our cast. Right, we have got Joy, played by Bel Powley. Her partner is William, played by Nick Robinson. Right, we then have two other couples. Right, there is Samantha, played by Nesta Cooper. She is with Christopher, played by Justin H. Min. There's Frank, played by Griffin Newman. He is with Michelle, played by Julia Shiplet. We also have the founder, played by Luke Kirby. There's she's a head up in the Our Friends movement. I don't know if we got her name, but she is played by Darcy Carden. We got Morgan, played by Matty Harrison. The Doctor is played by Ava Essenensen. Who else? Joy and William's neighbour is played by Bill Nugent. The new partner is played by Elizabeth O'Connor. Yeah, that's probably our main lot of people. There was someone... Oh, yes, Morgan is the other neighbour. That was the other person. The gist of the movie is this. Under the control of a pill that eradicates human emotion, a young couple skip doses and discover new feelings, but realise that comes with emotional baggage to deal with. So yeah, that's the gist of it, right? This is the second directorial effort, right, from Michael Tyburski. Yeah, it's okay. So the thing with this, right? We've had films that do this. You know, there was Equilibrium, right? Which I think is Michael Fassbender and for the life of me, the name of the other dude just completely has gone out of my head. But there was that one, like Gattaca. There's others. There's countless of other films that have kind of done this. And there's always the thing that doesn't quite make sense, right? So in this film, we start off, actually, even though Joy and Will are our main couple, we start off with Frank, right? He's in this room and he's putting all these belongings into a box, right? His phone, his watch, and anything that probably attaches him to his past. And we see him unfold some pictures, you know, the ones you take in a photo booth, right? He's got a strip of those with another woman. So you're assuming, okay, that's his ex, they've split up, now this is the thing, right? So he burnt all of these things. Now we jump to Will and Joy, right? So, and also with Frank, there's this video, right? And the video he's watching, it's from the founder and it's explaining, take this pill and it will numb all of those emotions that are running wild, right? That you feel that you have no control and might be making your life miserable. So that's the thing, right? And you're thinking, okay, fine. Yeah, I get that, right? And then we're watching Joy and Will, and they're doing this routine, right? They sleep in separate beds. You wake up and it's like, are you contented, right? They do yoga together. They're in the bathroom and they accidentally touch. And it's just like, oh, I'm so sorry, right? And you're like, okay, that seemed weird, right? But that's the thing. That's the life, right? There's no touch. There's no physicality between these. Like, there's not really any indication that you care. It's just, do you feel contented? Yes, I feel contented. Let's watch these weird cartoons, right? That's what this existence is. So Joy gets this health scare and they're like, you're either going to die or we can give you this injection. It will fix everything. But you can't take the pill for a day. Can't take the pill for a day. And then, so she's just like, all right, it's begrudging, because it's just like, but we're meant to, and just like, it'll be fine. Just don't take it. Then start again. So she's like, okay. So she doesn't take the pill. And as you can imagine, that's when the world opens up to her. Even though, right, that makes no sense. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, whenever you go to the doctors, and it's just like, try medications. It's always just like, you'll never notice something in a day, right? Because it takes your body a while to acclimatize to the thing, for whatever drugs to, get into your system. So the fact that one day off is going to change everything is a little bit bizarre, but it's a story, so it's fine. But here's where it really doesn't make any sense. And this was the thing. And it's like, because everything else is fine, right? The acting and all of that. But they seem to not know anything, right? It's just like, there's a bit, but she obviously convinces Will not to take the tablet. Right? But then, even her, the first day when she supposedly, now she's clear of all of these drugs, you would think, right, she would just be like, I'm getting these weird feelings now. Right? Because, she's seeing her husband, her partner. And you could think that she's maybe interested, turned on. So it'd be like, oh, why am I feeling wet? Like, why are my nipples hard? Why am I having these reactions? Right? So you'd think there'd be, and I'm not saying she's going to lock herself in a room and violently masturbate, but like, you should notice certain changes. But we don't have that. Now, one day, like after Will's not taking the tablet, they're in the bathroom and they both look down and like, what happened? He's like, I don't know. It just got firm. Right? And that's where I'm scratching my head because I'm just like, okay, but there was a time when you weren't taking the pill, when you weren't in this community. So are you telling me you don't know what an erection is? You don't know what sex is? Right? Because they have sex and they call it sinking, which I don't even know where that name comes from, right? Like, you think it's like impalement or inserting fun, or like, I don't know, there's other names, man. But yeah, what's that, right? They don't know what any of those things are. There's a bit when she references pregnant as something growing in the, even though there's like the videos, and we see a video and it's like, okay, so sperm travels up the fallopian tube and blah, 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 blah. So you're just like, so you should know what a womb is. You know what I mean? It's just, it's going, because if they said these drugs will wipe your memory, fine. But they didn't say these drugs will wipe your memory. They just meant to suppress your emotions. Right? So if they're only suppressing your emotions, you should know all of this other stuff. Right? Not knowing what, sexuality is. Odd. You know what I mean? Not knowing any of, like, lesbianism and gay, even though gay is both. Like, that is always a baffling one. But it's just like, you should know what these things are. Right? You should know what to... It even seemed that they didn't understand what a heart was. Right? And yeah, that's where this doesn't make any sense to me. Which, look, I'm sure if you can get past all of that, it's probably going to play differently for you, But because, as I said, obviously, you're not taking pills. Things can get a little petty. So all of those things, this transformation that's with the introduction of emotions, that will make sense, right? All of that kind of stuff, violence, just all of those things, that was played well, But it's just this weird concept that you don't know what all of these things is. Right? If you were born in the community, absolutely fine. But there's no indication that these people were born there. Right? Because it's not that old. From the information we are given, the community isn't that old. Right? So none of these people were born there, which means they grew up in the outside world and they know what sex is. They know what birth is. They know what emotions are. They should know what the human body is. So, yeah, I'm watching the film and I'm just a little baffled, right? That was the beauty of Eternal Sunshine for the Spotless Mind, because it's unraveling. And then at the end, it's like, look, we understand that we've gone through this process multiple times now, but we're still going to give love a go, right? We're still going to hope that maybe the next time it works, right? There was that film Fingernails that we looked at last year. Was that during the London Film Fair? I think it might have been. That was a great film, though, right? And it's a similar thing, right? It was one of these love test films. But that makes sense. That worked very well. You know? Like, the shame of this is I really enjoyed Angela Bourassa's last film, right? But she actually wrote If You Were the Last, right? That was that great little sci-fi film that starred Zoe Chan and Anthony Mackie. We looked at it earlier in the year. That was really good, you know? And that's made more sense with what this couple were going, something like that. Now, again, look, I wouldn't say Turn Me On is a terrible film or anything like that. The acting is fine. Like the set and all of this is, you know, giving this kind of dreary dystopian look. You know, the world in which they're in, right? It's very safe. It's very formulaic. You have this simple job, right? They drink these smoothies. That's their breakfast and lunch, and right, it's this basic thing, right? No frills, no craziness, but it's just the elements of the story that don't really come together. Like, if your emotions are damped, you should be able to sleep in the same bed together, right? The fact that they're in separate beds is like, huh? Right? So, yeah, if there was just something at the beginning that maybe was just like, this pill damps your emotions, it wipes your memory, so all of the baggage from the past is no longer there. Then, boom, the film, I think the film would make more sense and you're able to connect with it more. That's what I would say. But if you like those films, right, that play with this whole notion of emotions and, you know, burying them down, right? If you enjoy those films, then you will most likely enjoy Turn Me On, right? It's available right now on all your favorite VODs. So there you go, Turn Me On.